Hello there and welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time, welcome. I'm so happy that you found me. In today's video, I thought I would just sit down and chat about all the products that I was loving and not really loving for the month of November. I typically forget to include my missed products, and I don't know why, because I personally love watching products I regret buying or just disappointing products. So I really need to get in the habit of including these in these favorites videos now, because I know for me, sometimes I will find a product that I've been just keeping on my Sephora or Ulta or Target list where I'm like, okay, I'm kind of back and forth, and then I'll see it in a disappointing products video and I'm like, well, shoot, you just sold me, I don't need it. So maybe I'll help you out a little bit, or who knows, maybe something that I dislike will be something that you love. Obviously with like skincare, beauty, hair care favorites, it's all personal preference. That was a really long intro. Let's go ahead and dive right in. So I do have a mixture of both makeup and just random lifestyle favorites, and I wanted to start off with something kind of random. If you didn't already know, I do have a son. His name is Landon. He's 10. He will be 11 here shortly, which is just insane. So this year we did decide to go the homeschool route. So I have been homeschooling since August. We have decided just as a family, I think he's going to be going back after Christmas break sometime in January. It's not even that we haven't enjoyed homeschool. We actually, I mean, he tells me that he likes it. I genuinely enjoy teaching him, but I will say with one child, it is hard. I get a lot of mom guilt. When you're only teaching one kid, there's not a ton of distractions, so you can get quite a bit of work done in a short period of time, and that just leaves a lot of free time during the day. Obviously, the first few weeks that was fine because he could do whatever he wanted, but you know, after time, it kind of gets boring when you're just the only kid, and then I feel like I have to entertain him but still get work done. So it's just been stressful in that aspect. He's still very happy, which I'm so grateful for. He's such an easygoing kid. I decided either way, whether he goes back to school or not, we will still be utilizing this curriculum. So after doing a ton of research, because before this whole COVID thing, I had never homeschooled in my life. Landon has always been in public school. It just took a lot of research to find what we were gonna go with. And this was something that I found and I absolutely love. Whether you're a mom yourself, or even if you just want to beef up on your vocabulary, I mean, I know I definitely need it. I was just so happy with this curriculum. So this is Wordly Wise 3000. We have book 5 since he's in 5th grade. And I just wanted to mention this because whether you're homeschooling or not, I've noticed, at least in Landon's school, while they focus on spelling and like reading comprehension, there's not really that much focus on vocabulary. Basically, I have just noticed him really thrive off of this curriculum. So just a quick little rundown. At the beginning of every week, you're given a vocabulary list. It's typically made up of 12 to 15 words. So that first day, he'll make his index cards or, you know, flashcards with the word and definition, and then we'll do one activity. So it's whether it's 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A. So instance, this is 16A. So 16A's activity was using words in context. There are 10 different questions, and then every question has 4 different questions within it. Different example sentences using the vocab word, and then you have to say whether they used the word correctly or incorrectly. And then the final activity is always vocabulary in context. So just a short little essay where you answer questions using the vocab words from the list that week. And then there's also reviews and tests. I've just noticed a huge difference with his vocabulary. Obviously, I realize all schools are different. Maybe your school really does focus on vocab, but if it doesn't, like Landon's, and you've just been looking to help improve on vocabulary, I cannot recommend this program enough. Even moving forward with future grades, I think I'll continue to purchase this just because I really do like it, and I feel like it's something that he actually does enjoy. Let's go ahead and move on to makeup now. If you caught my recent video, I talked all about my favorite, most used everyday type of neutral palettes. This was a palette that I mentioned in that video. This is the Nabla Side by Side Nude Palette. It is what I have on my eyes today with a combination of something else on my lids that I'll talk about here shortly. But this palette is just made up of 14 different shades. You have a mixture of both mattes and metallics. I just can't get enough of Nabla in general. I feel like I've been talking about them over and over again, but if you still have never tried out any of their eyeshadow formulas, I really can't recommend them enough. I've yet to find a palette from them that I haven't been happy with. Perhaps it's something because of like the color story or the shades, but it's never a formula issue. I'm telling you, the shadow formulation is just so pigmented, so buttery, so blendable, long wearing. I love it. This is such a great palette if you're just on the hunt for a great neutral palette where you can create really soft looks or something more smoky and sultry. This one I really think you would be happy with. I do have one other Nabla product. Let's go ahead and just get that out of the way. I did do a video, an entire brand overview of Nabla Cosmetics. So if you guys haven't checked that out yet, I'll be sure to link it up above and then somewhere down below. But this is one of their skin glazing glass skin finish glow powder. I have several of the blush versions as well as like highlighter. I don't know if the bronzers are called skin glazing or not, but it's very similar packaging. This one here in Lola, I have been gravitating towards almost every single day. These are very reminiscent of the Laura Geller Blush and Brightens, which I've loved that formula for years and years. It's almost just like a blush and highlighter all in one. You get this beautiful glow, but without actual glitter or shimmer particles. Skin glazing is the perfect name. It really does just make you look like a glazed, glistening donut. That sounds weird, but just real glaze and buttery, but without looking greasy. It's so beautiful. It really gives you that kind of like ethereal, lit from within type of glow. I cannot remember if I've talked about this in a favorites video or not. I've been using it for such a long time now, and every time I pull it out, I'm like, wow, how did I forget to mention this in this month's favorites? Because I would say probably for the entire 2020 year, this has been my go-to under eye setting powder. This is from Lancome. I have no idea how I still have so much left because I use it all the time, but you really only have to tap out a tiny bit onto the lid. So this is just their long time, no shine, loose setting and mattifying powder in translucent. What I really like about this powder is while it is translucent, it has more of a pinky tone to it, and that pink really does help to brighten up any like dullness on my under eyes. It says it's mattifying, but it doesn't feel drying on the eyes. But keep in mind, I am someone that just like douses my face in setting spray, any sort of like glowy setting spray or milky hydrating spray. But even on days that I still don't really find it to be super mattifying. My preferred method though is to go in and apply it with a puff. I do sometimes apply it with a sponge as well, but I really like to just go in with a puff that's included and just roll it right onto my under eyes. It sets everything in place. And as I mentioned, I don't know how. It doesn't even look like I put a dent in this yet. I will say though, it's not near as strong as like the Huda Beauty scented setting powder. If you've ever used a Huda Beauty setting powder or baking powder, you know it is heavily floral scented. This one does also have a scent, but I would say it's definitely not quite as intense as the Huda Beauty one. Let's go ahead and stick with complexion products. This is a foundation. I need to order a refill because I've already flipped the sponge twice. This is the Moonshot Micro Correct Fit Cushion. I have mine in the shade 301. Unfortunately, with the majority of K-beauty brands, the range isn't the best, but the formula of this is so beautiful. It's definitely buildable. I would say you could get a high medium coverage out of it. And even though it's a cushion that is dewy, typically dewy cushion foundations aren't the longest wearing. This one lasts on my face all day long. If you love an ultra glassy, dewy, just beautiful hydrating foundation, I think you would love this one. If you have oily skin, don't even bother with this because it definitely is extra dewy on the face. I just feel like that would break down on oily skin fairly quickly, but it is a dry to normal skin person's dream. Let's go ahead and talk about some not so favorites. I did do an entire review of the new Revlon Color Stay Light Cover Foundation. I picked mine up in the shade 280. If you guys are interested in watching me apply this and my overall thoughts, I'll go ahead and link that video here. I've given it multiple shots, and it's not that I dislike it. I'm just never quite as happy with my overall makeup look when I use this in comparison to pretty much every other foundation in my collection. It's not a bad foundation by any means, but it's just not a formula that I love. We'll keep it at that. If you want more details, go ahead and check out that video. I did see a few comments saying that this was supposed to be a dupe of the Glossier Skin Tint. I personally never tried that. I don't think I've tried any actual makeup products from Glossier. It's just not really a brand that interests me. Okay, moving on to the combination that is on my eyelids. I recently fell right back in love with my Makeup Geek Cosmetics pigments, specifically Afterglow and Utopia. Both of these look amazing on their own, but the combination of the two is just chef's kiss perfection. If you have never used either of these pigments before, they are hands down my favorite pigments. Whenever the pigments first launched, I instantly fell in love with Utopia. If you love bronzy gold, this shade is so beautiful. The only thing is it has a much chunkier consistency in comparison to the other Makeup Geek pigments, but as long as you go in and really kind of like break it down with your fingers or a brush, it applies just like all the other pigments. I mean, both of these on their own are beautiful. If you want a very soft, muted, like white champagne type of gold, go with Afterglow. But then if you want that olivey, dirty gold, go with Utopia. But man, I'm telling you, if you guys have these in your collection already, pull those bad boys back out and you'll fall right back in love like me. So the lip liner that I've been reaching for nonstop is MAC Stripdown. I want to say this, and then I think Spice were my two very first lip liners I ever purchased from MAC, along with Angel lipstick. But I recently pulled this back out and I've been loving it. So on my lips today, I had both lined and filled my lips with this and then applied it with a new purchase. This is one of the Tower 8 Milky Lip Glosses in Cashew. That's not a favorite. I just applied that for the first time today. But I've just been doing tons of different combos with this lip liner, whether it's Laura Mercier gloss in, I always forget, is it Bear Baby or Baby something? I'm pretty sure it's Bear Baby. The Nabla lip gloss that I talked about in my previous favorites video. It's just the ideal muted, warm, neutral lip liner. Whether you're fair or you have a deeper complexion, I just think it's one that'll work for you. Obviously, if you're really fair, it'll definitely be a deeper brown, or if you have deeper skin, it'll just be like the perfect muted, neutral type, warm neutral type of lip liner. This is a game, I think I either got this on Amazon or at Target. It's called Think and Sync, the Great Minds Think Alike game. 3 to 8 players, ages 12 and up, although Landon plays this with us too, and he's 10. The only thing is I don't play with the actual rules, like there's tokens in here and stuff like that. I just use the cards and the timer on my phone. So there's just different cards in here. Obviously you want to play in teams. We played this whenever my in-laws were here. So we played Keegan and I against my mother-in-law and father-in-law. It was a lot of fun. But each card has a different category and then different questions in it. So the category for this one is called noises. You set a timer. Well, this is how we play. And then you have two people looking at each other and then one person reading out the card. So they say noises, a dog sound. And you guys want to try to think of the same sound at the same time. So most people would say woof for that, but then like a rude noise. I mean, someone could be like, you know, and then the other person could say like pooping or something. But basically you get points by saying the same exact word at the same exact time. It's just fun. I don't know. It's something different. We've also been playing Yahtzee a lot lately. I've noticed that this brand right here, what is it called? Game Right makes really good games, because I'm pretty sure this is the same brand that makes Quicks, which is a dice game that I talked about. I don't know if that was in a favorites video or an Instagram stories video. I've really been liking this one. It's just fun and it's easy. I think we'll be taking this one home for Christmas. Okay, now moving on to disappointing products. Brand Revolution, Makeup Revolution, I Heart Revolution, XX Revolution. Isn't there another brand within that umbrella? I received several of their skincare products. I do like their hyaluronic acid. I mean, it's not like the best one that I've tried, but I've been using it and enjoying it. But this product here, I was really excited to try because I really do enjoy rosehip seed oils. Yikes, this is like basting a freaking turkey. I'm someone who honestly doesn't mind greasier oils, but there was something about this the second that I rubbed it onto my face. I was like, I have a feeling I'm gonna break out in the morning. I don't have the most sensitive skin either. This is their 0.5% retinol with rosehip seed oil, super strength formula, conditioning and fine line serum. This is disgusting to me. I'm sorry, but it is. I even looked at the ingredient list. I don't think it's on here, but of course I did that after I applied it. I didn't even see rosehip oil on the list. It was like vegetable oil, all this other stuff. I think coconut oil, a few other things. It was just so oily and nasty. And I feel like this is a product where it's not even just personal preference. I just really can't see too many people enjoying this. Like, this is a product that I would not hand off to a friend because I have a feeling it would also break them out as well. If you've been looking at this, don't go with something from The Ordinary. In fact, The Ordinary and Good Molecules, I think both of those brands have a really nice rosehip seed oil. This one, sorry, but no, that's something that's just gonna go straight into the trash. Okay, and then the very final product, I can't remember if I talked about this or not. I feel like I did talk about it in a video, but then I was ranting for too long, so I edited it out. This is from the Threshold brand at Target. I had seen several different fashion bloggers raving about this candle, saying it's a Bath & Body Works mahogany teakwood dupe, it smells amazing, it's super strong. No, I will say, in the jar, it does smell so much like mahogany teakwood or just Abercrombie in general, if you're familiar with those scents. But the throw on this is so weak. Even just in the front entryway, typically I can put any sort of candle out there, like even a Glade candle, and it'll spread like crazy. This, I really could not smell unless I came right up to it. Maybe it's a dud candle, I don't know, but I don't even want to waste another, I think this was like either $5 or $9 to see, because I'm telling you, this was the weakest candle I have ever purchased. I was so disappointed because the scent in the jar is so strong. So I thought for sure this would be something that would have a great throw, but no. I do have another candle though from this line. It's called, I think, Peony Water Blossom, Peony something. That one smells good. It's still not quite as strong as the Bath & Body Works candles, but this one, don't even waste your time. I was very disappointed with that one. All right, and there you have it. I feel like I was kind of negative in this video, like with the not so good products, but sometimes that happens. Anyways, I would love to hear about some of the products that you've been reaching for in the past month or even right now. What are your favorites? I would love to hear from you. As always, thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. You can always also hit that notification bell. That way you're notified for any of my future uploads. And that is pretty much it. So I hope you guys have a great day and I will see you next time. Bye.